Hello, London South Bank University Agent Network. Welcome to Module 1 in the London South Bank University Agent Training in conjunction with TrainHub. My name's Neil and I'm your training host for the first few slides in Module 1. So, Module 1 is an overview. So today, we're going to look at the history of London South Bank University. We're going to focus on the location where we are in the UK and in London, look at our campus and the community within it. Then my colleague will talk about teaching and learning and how we differ from other universities you may work with. And finally, we'll look at our award-winning student support. But let's look at our history. London South Bank University didn't start out as London South Bank University. It started out as the Borough Polytechnic Institute, which began and opened its doors in 1892. So that's 132 years ago. The reason behind the university's inception was basically to provide skills to the working people of South London. And that's still pretty much part of what we do today, except now we, of course, provide skills to students globally. So it was set up as Borough Polytechnic Institute back in 1892, and the tagline, the motto of the institute then was "Do it with thy might," something we still expound today. Then, in the 20th century, new departments came along, and actually, before the 20th century, the National School of Bakery and Confectionery started in 1894, obviously teaching the people of South London bakery skills. That still exists today as the National Bakery School and is the oldest existing bakery school in the world. Today we teach food science as well as baking and culinary arts. Then, as the years rolled by, the university was pivotal in the world wars, helping manufacture munitions, and the engineering departments grew. And out of that, we were the first institution in the UK to admit female engineering students. And that was back in 1920. Then in 1970, we became the Polytechnic of the South Bank. We changed our name. And the university, the Polytechnic, grew. We brought in the Brixton School of Building, and we gained a strong reputation, not only in engineering, but the built environment and then architecture. Then in 1982, we achieved university status and become London South Bank University. The reason we are South Bank University is because we are on the south bank of the river, but more about that when we talk about location. So, what's it like now? Well, London South Bank University is still the top university, modern university for graduate salary. So our students have the highest paid jobs when they graduate. Now, this is important whether you're an international student or a domestic student, because it shows our graduates are in demand. Employers want our graduates rather than graduates from other universities. This is because of the skills they learn and how ready they are for the workplace when they exit university. But my colleague will tell you more about that when we talk about teaching and learning. Finally, in this short excerpt on our history, I must tell you that just this year, London South Bank was ranked 3rd for reducing social inequality. That's not in London, that's not in the UK, that's globally. And later on in Module 2, I believe, we'll tell you how we did that and what it means to you and your students. Hello again, agents. I'm sure you all know we're in London, and obviously by the name, London South Bank University gives it away. But what does the South Bank mean? It means that we are located on the south bank of the river. That doesn't mean we're far away. In fact, we are probably more central than a lot of other universities that mention London in their name. We are in Zone 1. We're 20 minutes from the London Eye on foot. We're probably the closest university to the Houses of Parliament, and you can see them from our architecture studios on the 8th floor. We are also just 1 mile from London Bridge. So we're near the financial districts in the City of London. So we are right in the centre. What advantages does that give our students? Well, I won't talk too much about accommodation at this moment, but we have lots of affordable accommodation in Zone 1 next to the university. So a lot of our, especially undergraduates, benefit from living in the centre. This does mean it reduces costs. You can travel around London quickly and easily, and you get that feeling of what it's like to live in the heart of a city. The heart of a city which was ranked best student in the world for 5 consecutive years. So it's an exciting place to live, and it's an exciting place to study, because most of our courses carry internships, and these internships are opportunities with some of the biggest companies globally, but also because we are on the doorstep of these big companies. So not only does it give you the advantage of living in a city, of seeing what it's like to live in the capital city in the UK, but it also offers advantages to your student journey, which you wouldn't have if you were studying at a university outside of London. So bear that in mind. Again, I will not go into too much detail about our campus, because there's it's in another module, but we are a true campus. If you can see the illustration in the corner, we are one of the only true campuses in London. All the teaching, everything is contained within 3 streets, and the accommodation is just across the road. So you get a real community feel. It's a campus in the heart of the city. Very, very few universities have such facilities, such a campus in Zone 1. They're usually displaced. That means that you get the true feeling of studying and living in one community. But more of that from my colleague Hansley.
Hi everyone, my name is Hans. I'm the International Regional Manager at London South Bank University. I'll be continuing your module 1, which my colleague Neil started off. And today I'll be talking to you about a little bit of our community at LSBU, which stands for London South Bank University. By now you would have got information about a little bit of the history of the university, but also some of the location, and a little bit of our kind of key selling points already. I'd like to talk a little bit of our student community itself, more specifically our international student. There are a few things that stands out when we talk about our community at LSBU. The first one is very much the diversity part. It is very diverse, and we're very proud of that at the university. Also, it's a little bit in terms of our forward thinking, in terms of our approach, in terms of the services, but also our teaching, which I'll be telling you more about, a little bit of the student experience later on, and the focus in terms of employability and the professional part in terms of the practical element. In terms of our student body at the university, we do have quite a number of international students. To begin with, we have over 18,000 students enrolled at the university. The number does change It does fluctuate year to year. At the moment, it's around 13,000 undergraduate students and then around 5,000 postgraduate students. Amongst the 18,000, we have around 3,000 international students. That makes up around 25% of our student body at the university. It's something that we're very, very proud of and something that we are hoping to work with all of you to supporting in terms of the growth. It is also very well represented. As we speak, it's over 150 countries represented in that community of international students, which is amazing. I remember looking into how many countries there were globally. I think we're not far off. I think over 150 well represented, and we definitely want to grow that community as well. In terms of the community, which I am very part of, I'd like to mention actually, I was part of that community a long time ago. I used to be a student myself, so it's a very proud moment to be talking about it as well. But one thing that we are very proud for many years, we have had a high student satisfaction rate. We've got over 80 or 90% in terms of our courses, where part of our national student survey, which is called the NSS, we've been for the past nearly 4 or 5 years, we've achieved over 80 to 90%. Some of the courses even have 100% course satisfaction, which is amazing. In terms of what we are doing to support that community itself is we are continuously investing in our campus. So far, we have invested over 50 million in our campus in terms of the facilities. These are state-of-the-art facilities. Once we talk about a little bit of the campus in detail in terms of our buildings and schools, you'll get to know a little bit more about it. But one of the ones that stand out already is our recent building, which is called the Hub, which houses our library and kind of student facilities. So we've invested significantly over the years itself. Other things which are very proud in supporting that community is very much in terms of our courses, what we have to offer. And we are very focused. Like I mentioned, the professional focus, it's very part of the ethos at the university. And all of our courses, I would say all or most of them, have the industry accreditation or professional accreditation part of those courses. And we are big in terms of our graduate employment. So we're always pushing our students very much, whether it's into kind of getting industry placement or whether into employability directly, we are very much focused with that. And as you can tell from the slide itself, there are two things which I wanted to just highlight as well. It's our teaching framework. So the Teaching Excellence Framework, which is called the TEF, we've achieved a silver award, which is amazing itself at the university. And it's very recognized across this university standard of higher education. And next to it is the REF in terms of research. We're not a research-focused university, but at the same time, we have achieved that kind of excellence within research itself. So we're very much pushing to the next step. Moving forward, I'll tell you a little bit more about the kind of study levels that we have at the university. To continue in terms of our Module 1 training, and I'd like to talk to you about our teaching and learning at the university. The first thing that I'd like to mention, as you kind of gathered from the history, it is the university started very much in terms of being a polytechnic and then expanding to becoming a university. So the kind of understanding and the culture of the university has always been in terms of education for all. So we're always thinking of the community, whether it's nationally or internationally. And the way we've kind of addressed all our courses and subject areas at the university has been in terms of our strategic pillars. And these are linked directly globally with the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. So the key areas where we align our kind of strategic pillars or the subject areas are very much in applied sciences, arts and creative industries, built environment and architecture, business, engineering, health and social care, law and social sciences. These used to form part of our schools. There are some changes and there are different models now, but at the same time, these still exist within the university in terms of the different subject areas. All of these subject areas are very much covered in terms of the professional element. We are focused in terms of the employability part, the practical approach to teaching. So all our courses have the kind of practical element to it in terms of whether it's the assessments that we do. We have at the moment around 50% of our courses are very much coursework based instead of exam based. So we're very much pushing towards that higher than 50% itself. And it is very much specialized in terms of kind of the teaching approach to equip our students to kind of look into the jobs of the future. It's not just gaining the skills to just get a degree, but it is thinking about the future of employability and how they can actually go into the real world. It's also looking into the market needs, the skills that's needed in terms of development, not just in the UK, but also to get a degree which is internationally recognized when they go back, that they could use, or whether they are planning to stay and then still gain some work experience. And finally, to support that teaching and learning, we have committed a lot in terms of scholarship. I won't go into too much detail with the scholarship, but I can assure you we've invested and committed over 1 million already. And we've got some excellent scholarship schemes at the university with students from all sorts of different backgrounds. To give you a little bit of idea in terms of the different study levels, we have a broad range of study levels at university, starting from our foundation, which usually is around 1 year, slightly less for some of the foundation programs, but I would say in general, it's around 1 year. We do have a study abroad program at the university, which could be from 1 semester to a full year itself. Our kind of most popular programs, which will be the bachelor degree program, that ranges between the 3 years, the typical degree, to 4 years, if that includes the placement. And also we do have some of the top-up programs at the university, and also looking into our master's program, which usually would be around a full year. And then again, if there's a placement element, it would be 2 years. And then finally, in terms of our PhD and research. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. So at the moment, we'll be talking a little bit of our award-winning student support. So for Module 1, this is the last part of that. And I'm very excited to talk to you about what we have to offer at the university in terms of our student support and student services. So within the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years, the university has invested a lot in terms of the infrastructure at the university. We've got a student focus environment, which is called the Student Life Center at the university, which houses our library, also houses our student support element, and also has our student union in one building itself. We've also expanded in terms of our services to accommodate a lot more in terms of student support. So that takes into consideration different elements, beginning with accommodation. So at the university itself, we have 3 halls of residence, which is very close to university. We'll talk more about those halls in more detail, but those halls of residence are walking distance to university. Now 5-10 minutes walking distance. And we are very much focused in terms of affordability. That very comes in terms of that student support that we have to offer. Apart from accommodation at the university, we also focus in terms of mental health and well-being, also with disability and dyslexia support. So we have disability advisors, mental health advisors at the university, where students can at any time book an appointment or do walking, where they can actually speak to any of the advisors throughout their study. So as long as you're a student at university, you can access all those services at any time. In addition to that, one element which is key and one of the biggest one I would say within the university has been in terms of our employment and career advice. So from the get-go, even before you become a student at the university, we start already providing some information and advice in terms of employability and career at the university. That forms part of the journey in terms of your course at university or the course of the students at the university, where throughout each of the year, they can get advice in terms of the next steps, in terms of the skills, how to apply for jobs, but simple things such as with CV, interviews, and a lot more. We also have a financial advice team at the university in case of emergencies or any support that student needs. So that's part of that kind of student support. And finally, we have some general advice team as well, where if a student needs support with just basic things in terms of getting a bank account, registering with their doctor, which we'll call it a GP here, or even some legal advice. We have a legal advice clinic at the university. Students can always get access to this support. And finally, the one which I wanted to also mention is Student Union at the university. We are very proud to have a huge Student Union team at the university, and they have a number of different societies, activities, and clubs available that students can join in from their first year to their final year itself. And we also have LSB Active, which is our kind of fitness and environment, so like a gym area at the university, which kind of forms part of all the student services that we have. So it's very much like a one-stop shop, as I would call it, where students can get access to all these support services free of charge whilst they're studying at university. So that gives you a little bit of an overview of what we have to offer in general in terms of the university. So to summarize a little bit in terms of what we have in terms of the 5 reasons to potentially study at university is a bit of the location. Our location is prime. The second part is employability and enterprise, very focused in terms of employability. The third, fourth, and fifth element is very much that student support element, where it comes in terms of affordable accommodation, the student support area, and finally, in terms of our kind of scholarships and fee discount at the university. So hopefully that gives you a brief overview of Module 1. Feel free to join us for Module 2. Thank you.
Making the decision to come to LSBU has been the best investment so far. The best part is everything you need is within reach, right? The entertainment, the people, the education, the museums, every single thing you need to just be you, it's here. So I've loved that about London.
The university is located in central London, which is very close to many businesses and also organizations. This can provide valuable networking opportunities for international students.
I feel like the community is very diverse and inclusive, and studying at London South Bank University exposed me to people from different parts of the world.
I'm surrounded by a vibrant community that the staff and also students from different backgrounds. That environment fosters my learning, personal growth, and making my day brighter.
To be honest, I made the best decision to choose LSBU as an investment for my studies because I get to use industry standard softwares and equipments, which is providing me with industry standard skills and experiences.
We actually even have a spot here on campus for small businesses. They come onto campus and they let us work with them. So they'll provide live work and briefs and just real life experience for those students. So we're constantly working with them to gain that employability and experience needed for whatever industry you're wanting to go into.
You find everyone from different ages, different walks, different cultures here. I am from Karachi, Pakistan.
I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
I'm from Mauritius.
I'm from India.
I'm from Montenegro.
I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria.
From Chhatrapur, Bangladesh.
I'm from Lahore, Pakistan.
I'm from Vietnam.
And I'm from Bangladesh.
I'm from Imo State, Nigeria.
I'm from the United States. Welcome here to London. Welcome to LSU.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Module 2 of a Train Hub session for the London South Bank University. My name is Meriban Nicholson and I'm an Interim Senior International Manager at London South Bank University. And in this module, we're going to look at the colleges that are part of the LSBU and the schools that are within these colleges. So we have 3 colleges, And the first one is College of Technology and Environment. And in this college, we have School of Architecture and Planning, Engineering and Design, Construction, Property and Surveying, and School of Computer Science and Digital Technologies. The second college is College of Health and Life Sciences, and we have 3 schools here: Allied and Community Health, School of Nursing and Midwifery, School of Applied and Health Sciences. And the final, third college is College of Society and Professions. And within this college, we have School of Arts and Social Sciences, School of Business, and School of Law and Education. And now we're going to look into the College of Technology and Environment in a bit more detail in our next session. In this video, we're going to look at the new College of Technology and Environment. And within this college, we have School of Architecture and Planning. And in this school, we have architecture, urban and environmental planning, town planning courses. And in the School of Construction, Property and Surveying, we have courses in construction management, quantity surveying, building surveying, real estate, commercial management, and architectural technology. And in a third school, which is School of Engineering and Design, we have engineering degrees such as civil engineering, building services engineering, chemical and energy engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, rail systems engineering, and engineering product design. So wide range of different engineering subjects for your students. And in a fourth final school, which is the Computer Science and Digital Technology, we have courses in computer science, information technology, data science, and artificial intelligence, which are also quite popular degrees among international students. If we look at School of Architecture and Planning, we see that we have amazing facilities within this School of Architecture and Planning. We have Digital Architecture Robotics Lab, Materials Testing Lab, Virtual Engineering Lab, and we have also invested a lot of money, about £3 million, into a Center for Efficient and Renewable Buildings. And this is an amazing opportunity for your students to study in architecture in a fully validated by the Royal Institute of British Architects, which is called RIBA, and it's also prescribed by the Architects Registration Board as well. And I've myself been in architecture studio, which is in our campus in Borough Road, and it's indeed an amazing facilities there, and students have access to an amazing view where they see the whole of London, Shard, and all the amazing famous buildings of London. So this must be a very inspiring place to study architecture for your students. So the next school we're going to look at is School of Engineering and Design. And a really cool fact about this school is that it was the first school in the UK to admit female engineering students in 1920. And students have access to an amazing state-of-the-art specialist engineering labs. And they have the facilities are model making workshop and fabrication workshop, and also 1.4 million 3D virtual engineering lab, and much more. So from day one of their engineering and design course, students are able to practice in these amazing facilities. And some of the impressive rankings for the school is that it's #1 in the UK for student satisfaction in chemical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, and mechanical engineering. And another great ranking is it's second in the UK for graduate prospects for design. And also it is #3 for chemical engineering and also mechanical engineering as well. And it is in the UK, among all universities in the UK, it's in the top 20 for mechanical engineering and chemical engineering. So really high rankings, impressive rankings that you're able to offer to your students at the School of Engineering and Design at LSB. And in the next video, we're going to look at the College of Health and Life Sciences and which degrees are part of this college. In this session, we're going to cover the new College of Health and Life Sciences, which represents the following schools. So the first one is School of Applied and Health Sciences. And in this school, we have courses such as biomedical sciences, forensic science, psychology, and we have different types of psychology, so your students can specialize in child psychology, clinical psychology, health and nutrition, and forensic psychology. So all different pathways for your students are available in this school. We also have sport and exercise science and sports rehabilitation courses as well. In the next school, we have School of Nursing and Midwifery. And here we have courses such as advanced clinical practice, midwifery, and different types of nursing, such as adult and child nursing, and also community and public health, and also professional and nursing practice. In the third school, which is School of Allied and Community Health, we have chiropractic, dental hygiene and dental therapy, occupational therapy, operating department practice, physiotherapy, radiography, and social work courses. So let's look at School of Applied Health Sciences. What is special about this school? So it is, LSBU ranks first for research in 12 different subject areas according to Times University Guide 2022 rankings. And again, we have amazing facilities here, which is a Human Performance Center, Forensic Room, Observation Room, Psychometric Library, and more. And LSBU also have an oldest bakery school in the world, which is also an amazing fact. And we have connections with the London Fire Bridge, with the NHS, with Metropolitan Police, and other institutions as well. So if we look at some amazing rankings that you can offer to your students is, for example, for forensic science, LSBU is ranked 3rd in the whole of UK, according to Guardian University Guide to 2025. And it's also ranked 13th in nutrition and food science, according to, again, Guardian University Guide. For psychology, this course is accredited by the British Psychological Society, and it is first in, according to London Modern Universities for graduate prospect, and 3rd for London Modern Universities for research rating. And for biomedical science, it's accredited by the Institute of Biomedical Science, and it's first again for London Modern Universities for research quality in biological sciences, and first in London Modern Universities for research rating and biological sciences. So in the next slide, we're also going to look at School of Allied and Community Health. And here we have a physiotherapy course, so Bachelor's of Science in Physiotherapy, which is first among London Modern Universities for overall score. And this is according to Complete University Guide to 2021 rankings. And it's also in the top 10 in the UK for research intensity, for also a great ranking to show to your students. And in the next session, we're going to focus on the new College of Society and Professions and look at the schools within this college and which courses are in this college. In this final session of Module 2, we're going to look at the third final college, which is the new College of Society and Professions. And this college represents these following schools. So LSBU Business School, which is quite popular, and we have very popular courses here, such as accounting, business management, economics, fashion communication, marketing, and project management. We also have School of Law and Education for your students who would like to study law, criminology, or education. And the final last school within this college is School of Arts and Social Sciences. And here we have courses such as acting and performance, film and television practice, editing and post-production, and media production as well. Let's look at our business school. So again, we have a very modern facilities where students study the business school. A business school is located right in the heart of London, in our main campus in Borough Road. So your students will be able to study all these popular degrees in business right in the city center of London. And many of the courses here, they carry a professional accreditation, and also we have opportunities for students to do an internship. And previously students have taken internships in very well-known companies such as PricewaterhouseCoopers or Coca-Cola, and many other different companies as well. For accounting and finance, which is also a quite popular degree among international students, students are able to become a part qualified accountant and be exempt from ACCA, CIMA, and all the other relevant examination boards. And also accounting and finance is first among London modern universities for graduate prospects, and it's also second among London competitors for course satisfaction, according to Garden University Guide 2021. And we also have state-of-the-art Bloomberg trading suite, and all our business school students are able to use this trading suite, the students who are studying their accounting and finance degrees. And also another impressive ranking is that we're ranked number 6 in economics in the latest Guardian University Guide ranking table. And if we look at our School of Law and Education, we see that we have, again, quite an impressive ranking here, that we are number 12 in the UK for teaching quality in law, according to Sunday Times ranking in 2022. And also we are number 1 among London moderns for research intensity as well. And finally, if we look at School of Arts and Social Sciences, we have amazing facilities. Again, we've invested a lot of money here, and we have amazing film studios, photography studios, editing suites, and sound studios. And also we are ranked number 3 in London for teaching quality in drama, dance, and cinematics, according to Times Good University Guide in 2022. And we are also number 15 in media and film studies in the recent Guardian University Guide ranking. So again, quite impressive rankings to shout out to any potential international students. So thank you very much. This is the end of Module 2. Thank you for your attention. I hope you learned a lot of new information about colleges and schools and LSBU. So please proceed to Module 3, where we will be covering intakes, what kind of intakes we have at LSBU, and also our entry requirements as well. Thank you.
Hello again, and welcome to Module 3 in the London South Bank University Agent Training. Today we're going to look at intakes, and we're also going to look at entry requirements. I would suggest that you revisit this module because we will update as courses become available and as intakes and entry requirements change. We have 2 intakes at London South Bank University, September and January. September is our main intake, and all the courses that you find on the website, which you've been shown how to use and how to navigate, are open for September. Again, we are launching new courses, so please do keep an eye out for our new computer science suite. If you're listening to me in 2004, January intake is now open. In January, we have fewer courses that are open. You can see the full list on the website. You'll also be able to find a list of courses on the resources pages on the website and in the TrainHub platform. The main courses are accounting and finance, business management, engineering, data science, and applied artificial intelligence. And most of those are postgraduate, although we do have some undergraduate courses in business management available starting January. At London South Bank, we accept a wide range of international qualifications, and I suggest that you speak to your regional manager or go to our website and you'll find what entry requirements are accepted for direct entry and which may require a foundation. So the first point should be go to the country pages on our website and check. If in doubt, email your account regional manager, who should be able to provide you with that information. We tally with UCAS tariff points, and of course students can apply through UCAS. And again, please refresh your memory with course requirements, course finder and entry requirements on our website. As well as academic qualifications, we require English language requirements. Of course, we accept IELTS, the Cambridge suite of examinations, but we also accept language cert, the Oxford International Test, Pearson, but not online, and other qualifications. Again, please check on our website. As well as English language and academic qualifications, of course, we would expect a personal statement and any references that may be required for entry to our courses, depending on the course that you're applying to study, and also your immigration history must be provided before you're accepted.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Module 3. I'll be talking to you a little bit about our course search at London South Bank University and how to a little bit navigate our page itself. In terms of our course search, all the courses that we have are listed on the web page itself. We do have the LSBU course finder, which has all the courses that we have, so both undergraduate, postgraduate, and also research courses. And the way you could kind of navigate through them is through filters at the university. And you could go on the page where you could look into the course itself, the entry requirement. You could look into the start date, the tuition fees also is there. And of course, you could look into the location if we're running those in the Southwark campus, or we have two other campuses itself. But the main one for international students will be the Southwark campus. And now I'll show you a brief demo of how we navigate through the web page and how we find a course. Hi everyone. So as I mentioned, we'll go through a brief demo of how to find a course at the university, but also how to navigate through LSBU's web page itself. So to begin with, as you can see, this is the main LSBU page at the university. So once you go to lsbu.ac.uk, you could Google it, or you could go directly to it. That's the main web page or main landing page at university. On here, there's several options that you can use, which allows you to go to different areas of a web page. The one that we'll be focusing on for today is very much the course finder and entry requirement. And the first thing that you would do is you go to study. So once you go to the study tab there, it will come up with a drop-down list, and the first one will be course finder. So if we click on course finder, that should open up the course finder web page or course finder page within the website itself. So on here, the first thing, as you can tell, there's a big search bar. In this search bar itself, you could navigate through all the courses that we have. The first thing I would recommend you to usually select is the drop-down, whether you're looking into an undergraduate. So if you're looking into a bachelor program, a BSc or BA, so that will fall under the undergraduate one, or postgraduate, where you have the master's program. You do have other tabs where apprenticeship, CPD, research, but for international student, these are the main ones. And also we do have a foundation tab there. So if we choose the undergraduate one, which is the most common one, and we choose maybe business, once you start typing, it comes up with a list of courses available. This is not the full list. This is just suggested courses. And then you can choose one of those and then proceed forward. In this instant, we'll navigate through a few of the courses which is already listed. So as long as you haven't clicked anything or you haven't searched, you can still go down and then navigate through what's available. On here, it gives you the full course itself, where you go down and you could go to different pages. You would have a list of different courses. One thing which is really important is how you filter those. And the way you can filter those is, first of all, you could go through filtering by subject, where you have a range of different subject areas. So from business to education to film to midwifery, nursing, politics, to a number of different courses. I do have to mention some of those subject areas are not, and courses are not open to international student. The way you can figure out if a course is open to international student is usually through our application portal, which we'll cover through another module. But for this one, we'll be covering how to navigate through the course finder. So in here, you can select by subject areas. If not, you can also search in terms of the method of study, whether we're looking into full-time courses, evening, part-time, which again might not be fully applicable to our international students, so more likely will be the full-time courses, and then the start date. At the university, we have both our September and January intake, as we covered, and you can select which one you are looking for. And of course, there's the location, there's the school, where we have all our different schools listed, and finally the location. So for this instant, we'll take business as one of the options. So we'll take business management, which we started typing in, and we'll take that as one of the options. Once you click on it, it should open up the page directly for business management. So this is the BA Honours in Business Management at LSBU. Already on that page, you can tell the tuition fee. So we have the UK tuition fee and the international tuition fee. The UK will be for our home student, and this will be for our overseas and international student. On here, as you navigate, you can get an overview of the course, but also you can look into the entry requirement, the fees, how to apply, the course content, and a few details about the careers and teaching and assessment. We'll go directly into the entry requirements. Once you go into the entry requirements, you get an overview of what are the standard or the most common entry requirements, which usually would be UCAS points. If you navigate towards the international qualification, here you can choose different countries. So for example, we could choose Bangladesh as one of those countries, and if you click go, that will take you directly to our country page and give you a little bit an overview of what's required for a student from Bangladesh. So if you're from Bangladesh, and you have a foundation, or you're looking into a foundation entry, and you have your higher secondary certificate, this is the entry requirement that you need. If you're looking into a direct entry for undergraduate, you'll require at least a higher secondary certificate, and also you need your GCE A-level with 3 passes there. So it gives you a little bit of an overview. I do have to mention already, this is not the full list. We have a range of different qualifications that we accept at university. So this just gives you a brief overview. And if you'd like to get more details in terms of the entry requirement, you can always get in touch with our team and they will give you more information. Apart from the entry requirement, There are a few other tabs which are important, such as fees. Like I mentioned, on the initial page, it already gives you a breakdown of the fees, but the international fee is also listed here as well. And it gives you a breakdown for part-time and full-time. The full-time is applicable for international student, and you could also break it down into year 1. You could even choose to year 2. It gives you the full breakdown per year. So per year, it will be 16,900. That's without any scholarship. That's the total tuition fee. And then also it already calculates the total course fee over the 3 years of study there, which is listed. And if you look into the final part, it also gives you a little bit information about the application method. For international student, we have a full application guide that we'll be covering in our next module itself. But on here, it gives you a little bit of an idea of when the start days are, but also in terms of the codes for the application. So as you could tell with this program itself, we have both the September and the January intake. So for international students, they can consider either of those options. So this is a brief overview of how to look for courses, but also how to navigate through our entry requirements at the university. There is one last part which I wanted to kind of just touch upon. If you did want to go into a little bit more detail of the course-specific, or not the course-specific, the country-specific entry requirement, you could also navigate through our international tab and then go to your country. Once you click on this, it will bring the full list of the countries that we have listed on our webpage. And again, if we take Bangladesh as an example, you could click on this and it gives you the full overview in terms of our page on Bangladesh, in terms of entry requirements, but also how we have partnered with our students to try and make a page specifically for students there. It lists most of the qualification, but again, it's not the full list there. So that's an overview. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you for the next module.
In this section, we're going to talk about the fees and also scholarships that are available for international students. So at LSBU, we have 2 types of scholarships that are available for your students. So one of them is International Merit Scholarship, and this scholarship is only for undergraduate students. And in order to qualify for the scholarships, your students need to meet a certain GPA requirement. So if your students meet this requirement, then they will be awarded a £2,000 scholarship for each year of their academic studies. So that will be £6,000 for the whole duration of their undergraduate course. But we also have a Global Success Scholarship, and this scholarship is available for both undergraduate and for postgraduate students as well. And here on this table, you're able to see different amounts that are available for your students. So depending on the tuition fees of your students, so if a course costs £14,900, then Global Success Scholarship will be £2,000. And if it is £15,900, it's going to be £2,500. And for the £16,900 courses, the scholarship is going to be £3,500. And this scholarship applies to only first year of the student's undergraduate degree course. And similarly, they're able to receive from £2,000 to £4,000 scholarships for postgraduate studies as well. And here in the last column on the right, you're able to see the tuition fees that are relevant for your students after deduction of the scholarship. So we're talking about £12,900 for the first year of undergraduate degrees, up to £13,400. And for the postgraduate, the fees are about £13,500 to £13,900 for the duration of their postgraduate degree. And in order to qualify for the scholarship, students they need to have an unconditional offer and also pay their deposit, which is £1,000. And here I would like to show you a link that is on our website where you can also find this information. I would like to show you how to find information on scholarships on our website. In order to do this, let's go to our homepage and click on International and then International Fees and Funding. And here, if you click on International Scholarships, you will be able to see these two types of scholarships that I just talked about, the International Merit Award and also Global Success Scholarship. And if you click there, you're able to see that this scholarship is up to £4,000, depending on the degree that, depending on the course that your student is studying. Awards will vary from £2,000 to £4,000. I hope this was useful for your students. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to Module 6, where we will be discussing student services, support services that we offer for our students. And first of all, we'll be looking at our accommodation provision. As you all know by now, LSBU campus is in Zone 1 in London, so it's very, very central, and we are really pleased to offer accommodation that's available to all your students that's also really close to our campus. So in these slides, I will be going through what accommodation is available for students and the costs, and also how you can book accommodation for your students. So we offer 3 types of residences. So these are Dante Road, David Bomberg House, and McLaren House. And we are so pleased to say that this is one of the most economical student accommodation that you can find in central London. And these are all within 2 to maximum 10 minutes walking distance from campus. So your students will not need to commute any far distances to get to their classes. They will be able to come in, just walk and be on campus in maximum 10 minutes. And we're offering single and suite or even more luxurious premier type rooms as well. And the prices range from £160 to £269 per week. And for your students who don't wish to stay in residences, we can also offer them a guide on renting private accommodation as well. Now, I would like to show you on our website the pages where you can find all the information about this accommodation. So if you click on our website, you'll be able to see the links for each of these residences. So I've opened, as an example, I've opened the Dante Road accommodation, the residences link, the web page, and here on this page, you're able to see that the prices that are available. So we have 2 types of rooms in Dante. There's a standard room, and there's also a bit of bigger room with a larger bed. And here you can see the weekly rent prices, and also we offer 2 types of contracts. It's first is one is for 37 weeks and the other one is for 48 weeks. So depending on the length of the course, you're able to choose the accommodation contract that suits your students' needs. And here, just, let's just pay attention how affordable these are, because for a standard room, it's about £6,000 for a total contract, and for a larger room, it's £6,500 for the full length of the contract. And here, you're able to see that the campus is only 7 minutes walk away. The famous Mercato Metropolitano is 9 minutes walk. Borough Market is 23 minutes walk or 12 minutes by bus, and London Eye is just 20 minutes by bus or 25 minutes by walk. So this is really, really super central location in London, and you're also able to see some photos of the residences as well, where your students are going to live. And you can even follow them on social media, on Instagram, LSBU Halls. You're able to get the latest news and activities that are happening there. And here you can click and see the flat sizes and what is included in the flat. Obviously, all the bills are included, so your students don't need to worry about that, and a little map as well. In order to book these accommodation options, you need to click on this link, residences at lsbu.ac.uk/apply. And here's the page that you will need to create a new account for a student. You can put their LSBU student number, their name, surname, date of birth, and then choose the accommodation option that they would like to book. And in order to secure this accommodation, students will need to pay £300 deposit. But this is not an additional £300. This amount of money will be deducted from their final accommodation fees. So this is not an additional. I hope you have all the necessary information about LSBU accommodation after this module, after the part of this module. And if you have any questions about accommodation LSBU, please don't hesitate to get in touch with our accommodation team, and their email address is accommodation@lsbu.ac.uk. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. In this session, we're going to cover career support offered to our international students at London South Bank University. In the beginning of our training sessions, we talked about one of the reasons why international students should choose LSBU is the fact that our UK domicile graduate students are the highest paid on average amongst all the other London modern universities. And this just proves that how well our students, our graduates, are prepared after they graduate from our university. And in this session, we're going to cover how LSBU supports our international students. And this is all done through LSBU Careers Hub and LSBU Employment Team. And here in this hub, we help students to secure placement and internships. We conduct employability webinars and workshops. We help students with their job search, and we help them with their applications, job applications. And how we do this is we conduct mock interviews for students, and we also help them to set up their LinkedIn profiles. We even have a photo studio where students can take a professional headshot to add onto their LinkedIn profile. We also help students with their CV and their cover letter with the help of AI. And now let's go on to the Careers Hub website, and I will show you everything that international students are able to access. Here, I would like to show you a Careers Hub webpage. This is available to all students, for home and international students. Students are able to access this page via careershub.lsbu.ac.uk, and they can access it with their LSBU email address. And here they can do a wide range of things. For example, they can book an appointment with one of the employment consultants at LSBU, and these consultants are able to help them with a cover letter development, with CV development, with a LinkedIn profile, they can help them, advise them and guide them on finding part-time, full-time or graduate roles, or they can help them with a one-to-one mock interview and prepare them for the commonly asked interview questions. they can also give them a placement or internship application support as well. So for example, if we click on this link, if student would like to book a cover letter development appointment, they can see the calendar and all the available slots, and then just book an appointment according to their schedule. And here I would like to show you something very interesting. It's called South Bank Starters. So this is for students who have an idea to set up a startup, and students are able to access this via www.acuuk/business/entrepreneurship/South Bank Starters. And on this page, students they can book an appointment and present their idea for a startup. So every year students are able to submit their idea, and then there is a competition for the best idea, and the best idea will win. I think there is a award between £2,000 to £3,000 award that students are able to win, and then use this to build their startup. So last year we actually had 2 international students who won this award. One of them was from Turkey, and one of them was from Uzbekistan. So international students are also able to participate in this. So if we go back to the Careers Hub, we can also see here students are able to get feedback on their CV or cover letter, and this is done through a web page called Career Set. And in order to do this, again, students are able to log in via their email address. After students click on the login and put their LSBU email address, then they will receive a link in their email, and they will need to click on this link, and they will be on this page, careerset.com. This is a home page, and here they're able to upload their CV and get a feedback on their CV. For example, if they need to change it to make it more powerful, to make it more stand out for the employers, or they're able to tailor their CV to a specific role that they would like to apply to. There is another option here where students can upload their cover letter and get an instant opinion on their cover letter. And they can also see here, if they click, they're able to see their previous uploads and reviews, and then this will help them to perfect their CV and cover letter before they apply to different roles. If we go back to the Career Hub webpage, here we can also see the students are able to see any career events that LSBU has organized. So for example, here we can see that upcoming on the 22nd of May, there is the LSBU Spring Graduate Careers Fair, where students will be able to meet with the employer, so one-to-one, and see what opportunities there is for students to apply. There is also a mock interview where students are able to have a mock interview with the LSBU staff to learn how to be better and have a better chance to get a better job. There is also alumni panel talks where LSBU alumni from different industries in technology, finance, and engineering are sharing their experience to future LSBU graduates. This is one of the events that Careers Hub organizes for students. Well, there is also, they're able to access, for example, if students are not sure what they can do with their degree, they can also access this here. This is just to help students to decide, what kind of jobs they're able to apply for. And also there is Access Career Resources here. If we see all the pages, for example, LinkedIn Learning, the career set that we just talked about. There is some job boards here that students can use to look for jobs. And also there is job assessment experts here as well. So this is basically for students where they're able to have their profile and also try to look for different jobs as well. And also there is something called Skills Award. And Skills Award, here we help students with the AI's help to, for example, if we click on this, and this is a LSBU CV builder using AI, using ChatGPT. And here, for example, students can choose, for example, I don't have any experience. Can I use my course? Or I need help writing a personal profile for my CV. I want to present my work experience on my CV. It's just a little AI tool that we offer for our students to help them with their CVs and cover letters. And likely, in a similar way, there's a similar one for job application as well. This is some of the support that Careers Hub offers for all the students. I hope that this was useful and you will be able to advise your future students as well. And students, once they have the LSBU email address, they're able to access all of these support materials that's available for them. And for LSBU, it's the #1 priority to prepare students for their future career and to make sure that students are prepared for their future careers.
University in Business and Project Management. And I love being international student. And the most important and exciting thing is we are here in our library. Do you know at LSPU, you'll find 130 diverse student societies and communities where you can be part of it. And also, if you're far away from your home, you'll feel like a home at LSPU communities. Throughout my student journey, LSPU academic and professional employment teams helped me find my full-time job at LSPU. I'm very proud to be a part of LSPU community. To join us in the heart of London, please do visit our website.
I've got £3,000 scholarship. So if you want to get a scholarship, visit our website to find out more.